Good morning, trespassers. May the owner of the blue box please report to processing. You have 5 minutes to claim your item. Repeat, you have 5 minutes to claim your item.
Blackest Friday by Samuel Davis.
Fully automated, people-powered. Welcome to Kerblam. Thank you for consenting to join our compulsory housing program. Below, please find your brand new productivity log. Have a great day, trespasser.
Yeah, Yaz is fine. The doctor sat holding her knees, bundled up on the bed behind me.
Oh, Yaz, tell them we're mugs. We don't believe in paying fines.
During your stay on Pandoka, all logs are taken subconsciously.
Look, computer, I've signed in just as you told me to. We parked the TARDIS for an hour. An hour. How are we supposed to know it was an industrial area? There aren't even any signs.
We're sorry to hear that, trespasser. Would you like to file a Kerblam-tastic complaint?
All things considered, pretty cozy for a cell, like a tiny hotel room.
After past terrorist action, all unattended property is reclaimed under ownership of our beneficiaries and resold for your own protection. Together, we're stronger.
Oh dear.
The doctor scrunched up her face and began searching her pockets for plans.
So, bad news. Kendoka at its moon had a merger, and they're selling the TARDIS.
What? Do they even know what it is?
Good news, there's a pull-out sofa bed. Beds, plural, 2 beds.
I see, computer. I left my wallet back at the ship and all. Maybe if you could bring it to us?
Trespassers number 9230 and number 9231. Continue trespassing for 63 minutes and counting.
Because you threw us in here! It was like arguing with a jumped-up answering machine. Suddenly, the doctor pulled out a familiar wallet from her coat pocket.
I'm always telling you not to leave it around the place. Any old thief could nick it.
I snatched it back. Not much use with a credit card travelling with you.
Tell that to the TARDIS. She told me your rent's overdue.
Hello, trespassers. A friendly reminder to keep log entries relevant. We like them short and sweet. Would you like assistance?
Listen, could you patch us through the head of people? Mrs. Maddox? A manager?
Requesting dialogue with a manager is a federal offence. Please reconsider.
Come on, it's us. Doctor and Yaz, we're friends.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. A shrill doorbell rang. Looking through our door's peephole, I found myself eye level with a Kerblam man inches away from my face. It rang the doorbell politely outside. I looked back at the doctor in the corner in a panic.
Look at that. The 2 of us, our own doorbell.
Do we pretend we're not in? A polite knock followed the unanswered doorbell, as a Percy waltzed in regardless. Its well-practiced manners as artificial as its metal-crafted smile.
Good evening. I am your resident customer assistant delivery bot feelings counselor. We overheard that you might be interested in a product. Did you know you can use the terminal to browse 11,000 planets worth of goods? No matter the need, you can always safely Kerblam it.
That's nice. Nicer still, get this. My friend Yaz and I are actually mystery shoppers. Look, it says on my ID right here.
I am sorry. This unit is unable to read psychic documents. Please redirect this query to...
Oh, nah, just send someone down, preferably a real person, though. A nice, actual human with suggestible human eyes who can look at my psychic document. You know, ta.
Order confirmed. 1 slave organic unit.
No!
Delivery expected at...
Undo!
Order rescinded. This is a confusing exchange. My apologies for the misunderstanding.
Does Kerblam sell humans? The purse man gave us a careful, considered response.
No.
Ooh. Actually, whilst you're here, there's one thing we're in the market for. A blue box. Little glass windows, inconsistent proportions. That's our ship. 1 TARDIS, please.
The delivery man piped up with enthusiasm and immediately processed the order.
Order confirmed. Delivery time 1 working day.
That was easy. See, Yaz? Sometimes you just gotta play along. Play the game.
Great. Your purchase entitles you to citizen status. This makes you our friend, family even. Please accept our complimentary 2-night stay as a part of the Getting to Know You program.
Oh, goody, I think to myself. 48 hours free of charge in their best furnished cell. Lucky us. At that, the Pursty leered at me. Right there in me head. Its round eyes momentarily flicked that deadly shade of red before returning to its signature dollar green.
Your patronage is welcomed. Goodbye, tenant number 9230.
There was something ominous in that synthetic turn that I didn't like one bit. It's been a long night. The doctor stayed up reading the small print. Turns out that any purchase made on the premises activates the promising customer account, affording prisoners temporary citizen rights. In the even smaller print, you'd need a Time Lord's eyesight to read that. These days are then deducted from our future pay packet. My heart sinks. Rent. The cell has rent. Bit presumptuous, I tell the doctor. I've already got a job back at home. You're kind of freelance.
Don't worry. Something makes me think we won't be here long enough to bother with a P45.
There's a digital projected clock looming above our heads. It ticks long into the afternoon, as the doctor regales me with stories of all the past jobs she'd worked. It's hard to imagine someone like her having the patience for a job. But school teacher, scientific advisor, a gallery, a toy shop. Apparently she's done them all. They're usually only for a couple of minutes at a time, and she never formally resigned from any of those either. At 5 p.m. exactly, the doorbell goes.
Delivery.
Yes! Get in next day delivery. Oh, come to me, my ghost monument.
The postman appeared once more in the doorway. I reckon he stands outside.
Blue box package for tenant number 9231.
It holds a small rectangular package in his hand.
Ah, it's shrunk again. Not to worry, I'm not exactly a giant myself.
She said hurtfully. She tore into the excess of the packaging like a time lady possessed and stared at the blue box in front of her. The doctor had accidentally purchased a blue tablet.
Well, it's no TARDIS, but it could be useful. Could be.
How much did that set us back? I replied with a pout. Conveniently, she had my wallet in her hand.
Do you take the British pound?
Kerblam can take all kinds of recorded currency. Conversion rates will be charged to your room's bank account.
My mind flew back to my time at the station. I'd seen a fair few wrong'uns and holding cells in my time, but I'd never dare charge them for the luxury. An hour passed, the room lights dwelled, strategically ushering us to our beds.
Hey, Yaz, I have introduced you to my mate, Wat Tyler.
The doctor whispered.
Next stop, Wat Tyler. You get a kick out of this.
Turning over in bed, I look at my sad, emptied wallet. Inside is a photo of the Can family. By angling it just right, the wallet stands upright like a repurposed frame. An old photo, back when Dad was still working at the firm. Back when Sonia was still in nappies, but no less annoying for it. I miss him. I miss him so much more than I let on. With its new assigned value, the wallet keeps watch over me all night as I hold back the tears.
July 13th productivity log. Customary politeness mode expired. Please upgrade to premium package or retain worker status.
A sudden siren blares. Not the siren of a police car or a fire alarm, but an angry, insistent sting. A frequency played to upset me insides.
Morning!
Make it stop! The doctor jumped to life with a sonic screwdriver, negating the shrill noise. I slumped onto my cardboard mattress and focused my eyes on the time. 5:30 a.m. Moments later, the sound returned, louder and faster, joined by a falling of water as the wake-up call doused the room.
Found the shower!
I wasn't in the mood. Oi! System! Seriously? You call this 48 hours? I was sleeping! The computer terminal responded by bringing up what looked like a stock market sheet. The doctor was on it in seconds.
Right, here we go. Let's see. Looks like seconds are worth a lot less than they were when we arrived. Whoosh! Massive drop.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
The Earth to Gundogan time exchange rate is terrible.
That doesn't make sense, I growled, full ready to punch the door down, or perhaps write the most foul-mouthed customer review of my life. The doctor and I spent that damp morning trying to disconnect me from the system. When we were seized out on the surface, the robots had scanned us like QR codes. Apparently, this tech isn't entirely compatible with the doctor, but she tells me she still feels it trying to siphon off her buying habits and consumer history.
So overall, not too different from home then. Huh, look at me with my political commentary.
The doctor had quipped at one point.
I should go mock the week. Actually, I think I did once.
It also, of course, does no good for our attempts of brainstorming escape plans. Once she'd exhausted the sonic settings, the doctor promptly got back into bed and began playing on her new tablet.
Maybe I can find a way to time travel on this thing,
she said absent-mindedly. My breakout plans weren't much better, as there's no getting past the Kerblam man mid-delivery, and, thanks to me, my thoughts would give the game away before our escape even started. With no other big ideas, that flashing invoice on the terminal was all we had to work with. In the afternoon, our jailer made his daily visit, taking on the turn of a nosy neighbour.
Hello, tenants. How goes the job search? As they say, there's no I in team, but as it stands, there's also no you. Ha ha ha.
Hey, Kirsty. When I send complaints through this thing, does a real person ever see it?
Kerblam proudly employs a 30% human workforce, a record high. It is the pleasure and duty of the Kerblam Sys-Control to hear all of your customer service needs.
Sir, nobody then. What if I was to leave a complaint about the complaint system? Is that a federal offence?
It is the pleasure and duty of the Kerblam Sys-Control to hear all of your customer service needs.
Suddenly, the shrill alarm blared again. Seems we're considered in the red again, though to me it felt like more of a warning.
Oh, not again,
complained the doctor, smothering her head with a pillow. All right. Middle management wasn't saving us. Sir, let's play your game. We're getting out of here. But in the meantime, I'll be your model bloody worker.
July 16th productivity log. Status unemployed.
Job hunting. At 6 a.m, the doctor puts her legs together in a meditative pose and retreats to what she describes as an inner sanctum. I wonder if she's just sleeping to avoid having to hunt for jobs. How does she sleep so hard with this piercing siren playing throughout the day? For all I know, Time Lords hibernate. Humans, on the other hand, have jobs. It's a long, humiliating 24 hours as I get back on the soul-crushing job search. That was one of the reasons I came out of sixth form and marched straight into the nearest police station. People told me it wouldn't be easy, looking how I did. But it still had to be easier than this, I reckon. So here I am, with you in me head. Continuing to beg for jobs I haven't heard of, for roles nobody in my time has ever aspired to. Jobs I struggle to believe even exist. Rotation advisor. Junior colour technician. Manager. The doctor began to snore.
October 20th productivity log. Status unemployed.
Prepare yourself for this one, Yaz. But it's been 4 months. 4 months to the day. The bizarre ritual continued. Feels like it could be even more, if not for the projected ticking clock hanging above my head.
Unfortunately, we have decided not to further your application this time.
Probably has been more. What with the minute market the way it is. Okay, what is there to update? The alarm rings twice a day and lasts an hour each time. It rains down like a personal punishment. Punishment for not being good enough. Fun and games with the doctor, you know.
Unfortunately, we have decided not to further your application this time.
I felt that way I felt all those years ago. Back then when I had nothing to offer the world on Earth either. Part of me felt like I was still on the side of that road. Every job opening glowed like a little halo effect, a long list of tabs that piled up faster than they could be read. The roles were there. Many were listed under urgent, but clearly not urgent enough to be filled in any rush. I was lucky to get responses. Perhaps every 1 in 60 would grace me with an automated rejection message. I pretended I was back at the station and ploughing through them like paperwork. They all bounced back. Some immediately.
Unfortunately, we have decided not to further your application at this time.
The screen read 100 times over. The little animated Kerblam man appeared at the bottom of the screen, pretending to cry. By the 50th time I'd seen it, I wished I could reach into the screen and throttle it.
Oh!
I knocked the doctor over and told her to try.
Right, let's have a gander.
After 15 minutes, she decided it'd be easier to simply recode the website from the ground up. By 2 AM, I had an impossible CV that included every positive keyword the automated AI would search for. As for our food, I'm lucky the doctor was here. Her pockets really are bigger on the inside. Shame about the lint mind.
Good morning, Tenant 3029. What do you think makes you such a good match for this role?
My breath stuck in my throat. The doctor hesitated too. Then, in the silence, my stomach growled loudly.
I see. Congratulations. We would like to offer you the role, starting today.
I glanced at the ceiling. It was 2:25 AM. Thank you for the opportunity. What am I doing? I'm thanking an automation. At the sliding white door stood the Kerblam man himself, inviting himself in with that expressionless smile.
Delivery.
He insisted on shaking my hand. His package contained a new factory uniform. A name badge included that read, Yaz. I guess I'd graduated from a number to a name.
And if you think the kit's bad, you should see the bill.
Right, new job. Mum would have a meltdown.
November 3rd, productivity log. 588 boxes packed. This is deemed unsatisfactory. Keep your chin up.
A hard first day at work. The job was a mindless task, one that came with unusual cruelties. Some of them people. The department rotation advisor, for instance, big lady, called Magwood, deserves a promotion, been there for 60 years. And her only job seemed to be methodically shuffling around the rooms every other hour.
When nobody knows where the break room is, productivity goes up 7%, love.
I neglected to mention it was my second time hearing the orientation spiel, and instead tried to enjoy my first human-to-human conversation in months. The packaging floor changed significantly. Teleport was implemented everywhere, which made sense for the largest open-plan warehouse I'd ever seen in my life. It really was unbelievable. Was the whole country one big factory? Imagine if Ryan could see this now. I don't know if he'd scoff or cry.
Pass it down. Real steady like.
Workers stationed themselves were constantly on the move, moving with and around boxing production lines in bizarre patterns. It inverted the image of a city-sized organ, one with human parts dancing along its mechanism. It was also packed. It felt like all 30% of Kerblam's human workforce had been organised into one gigantic structure. You could even get in a quick conversation, despite the zapping pain that emitted from our ankle bracelets. I even managed to catch some of the names throughout the day. There's Zolin, Mahindra, Judy with the glasses. One cyborg-looking man reminded me of Daniel, the friendly face I worked with last time. This guy, Joji, I think his name was, covered in body augmentation from head to toe, from his eye visor to the ball joint ankle sockets he showed off at every opportunity. The longest conversation here could last all of 15 seconds as we passed each other like clockwork.
Hey, what's up, you buggy bastard? You getting those numbers up yet?
Jen, 500, though.
But I found they hadn't had all the personality beaten out of them just yet. And I would sneak in small talk throughout the day, no matter the voltage that followed. People were grateful for the stimuli.
How was work, breadwinner?
I collapsed onto the sheets, ignoring her. What is there to be said about unfulfilling work anyway?
November 7th. Boxes packed, 1767. Unsatisfactory.
But that wasn't any reason to remove the wardrobe. It was my first day.
There's always tomorrow.
The doctor was on her tablet, doing her own monotonous, repetitive task of scrolling through Kerblam's endless product lists.
There's just too many results. No amount of filtering or criteria helps. It's almost pointless searching for the words blue, police, and box. I have a good lead, though.
How can you tell this one's legit?
Review section's a rat laugh. Listen to this, Yaz. 1 star. Item clearly says pull to open, but refuses to open. Misleading and returned. Do not order.
I ran to the tablet. Times blue box. Used, it read. Right. Has to be it. They deliver it back to us tomorrow, and then we make a break for it, yeah?
A great escape. Sure. Maybe.
I can't spend one more day down there. I swear I'll end up starting up a union. At that, a cartoon Kerblam man flashed up onto the terminal screen and frowned at the comment disapprovingly. The doorbell tolled, making us both jump out our skins. Crap. I'd let my guard down. Had I thought one negative thought too many? I grabbed the doctor's tablet and prepared to use it in self-defense.
Good evening, worker Yasmin Khan. Thank you for your unsatisfactory work today. We overheard that you might be interested in a product. From our non-fiction section, may we recommend this title?
He handed me a hardback book aggressively. The Lost Art of Mastering Sarcasm, the cover read.
What has got him riled up? Is it because you said the U word?
The eyes on the purseman flickered red.
Oh, he didn't like that. Union.
Eyes a murderous red. Stop saying union! With his full weight, the purseman lunged at me.
Excuse me. Pardon me. Excuse me. Pardon me.
He shouted in a polite frenzy.
Excuse me. Pardon me. Excuse me. Pardon me. Excuse me. Pardon me.
It's lost it!
Pardon me.
It's trying to kill me!
Excuse me.
Its 3 fingers clamped down at my neck and locked.
Excuse me. Pardon me.
Gasping for air,
Excuse me.
I desperately
Pardon me.
smacked the
Excuse me.
murderous machine
Pardon
with a
me.
thin tablet.
Sorry for the trouble. We're very sorry to hear that. Sorry. Very sorry.
With seconds to spare before blackout, the doctor leapt across the room.
Some customer service. Quick, Yaz, hit it here.
She pulled at its head, exposing a line of cables running inside its neck.
Sorry. Very sorry.
I
Yeah!
hit it with the cleanest strike of my life, and off its head popped, with the door left wide open. What ensued after that should have been the most exciting breakout attempt of our lives. On the run through the complex, pursued by an angry wave of Persties until the Doctor found the ship at the last daring minute. It should have been like that. I dreamt about it for months. But instead, once we darted out our tiny room, the concrete labyrinth stared back at us. The view outside was open plan, stretched out across an entire planet of concrete. You could see a massive, reaching structure connecting Kandurka and its moons, eclipsing us entirely. Our factory was minuscule. There was no distinction between the storage rooms and the housing. How many rooms would we be able to search before the system clocked us? 10? 15? Out of how many billion?
Ridiculously, hopelessly outnumbered,
the Doctor uttered after the longest time. It's all the same, I replied. I had truly never seen anywhere as expansive and empty as this. My soul hurt the sheer size of the Kerblam operation and how small we were within it. We returned to our room, praying that we were so insignificant that nobody would notice a missing Kerblam man. We kicked him under the bed and returned defeated for an early night's sleep. It was a work night after all.
Well, at least we've got each other.
Blackest Friday by Samuel Davis, featuring the voice talents of Abi Louise as Yasmin Khan, Katie Haynes as the Doctor, featuring Vitas Varnas and Jacob Keith. Music by Chiba City Blues, cover art by Harvey Smith. Part 2, coming soon. Estimated delivery time, 1 week.